Welcome back to Danganronpa V3 Dangan Salmon Team. It's time to get to know someone new. Since in the last part we finished Tenko's events and survived, which leaves us with 10 more students to get to know. Now I've had requests from certain individuals wanting me to talk to certain entomologists, but to be fair to everybody, and also because I don't actually know who I want to talk to next, we're going to do this the one way I know how, and that's with a random number drawing. So I've numbered the characters from 1 to 10, and we're going to generate a random number, and that's going to decide for me. And it's rather fortuitous that he is the one right here in front of me.
Jeez.
Huh, to go out of your way to talk to a guy like me. You're strange. Let's spend some time with Ryoma. You'd probably get called strange by other people besides me, right? Well, nothing wrong with being a bit strange. I was gonna say that. I agree. Ryoma and I discussed each other's strong points. How wholesome. And we grew a little closer. Let's see what presents we've got for Ryoma. He definitely still likes tennis. Though he wants to believe that's in the past. I think we definitely got some hints that suggested that he would still be into tennis. Okay, I think we're gonna give him the sports towel. That will probably work. Oh, you've got good taste.
Yeah.
I hope I can return the favor, but I'm not great at giving gifts.
What's wrong?
What's up? I don't think there's anything for us to talk about.
No.
No, well, I know that Ryoma hasn't lost his passion for tennis. After listening to the way he talks about his old tennis friends, I'm sure of it. Maybe I can help Ryoma accept his feelings. Oh yeah, I should mention, we did do one free time event with Ryoma in the main story of the game, but it was the last free time event before the murder in Chapter 2. So that's why we didn't get any further.
Hey.
Hey, what's the matter?
Hey.
I was just thinking about how fun your tennis stories are. I'd like to hear more.
What now?
You actually enjoyed those? What a strange guy. We talked about my tennis friends. What else did you want to hear?
Then...
Maybe you have some stories about your rivals? My rivals? I don't know if I'd call them that, but there were some people. Do you remember the captain I talked about last time?
If I remember correctly...
The guy who used that zone technique?
But...
There was a guy who beat him.
Huh?
What? His zone was broken?
Yeah.
Yeah. He used a technique called Insight to see his opponent's weaknesses. He made full use of this technique to beat his opponents down. He was feared as king of the courts. King?
However...
There were others with crazy nicknames like Child of God and Emperor. Child of God? Emperor? There are tennis players like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Child of God's aura was a real pain. All 5 of my senses were stolen, and in the end I couldn't even stand.
Huh?
Your senses were stolen?
Yeah.
The Emperor's special technique was called Furin Kazan. That's a Yu-Gi-Oh card. I faced it once. But then he unsealed his true power, and it became Furin Ka In Zanrai. You need all those secret techniques? For tennis?
In other words...
We'd all give everything that we had. Being defeated only made us stronger. That was the type of world I lived in. I would love to watch a match someday. If tennis is this intense, I've been missing out my whole life. I'd love to watch a match someday.
Don't you get it?
You're telling me to play again? Impossible.
No.
No, well, I would love to watch you play, but I could watch other players too.
Yeah.
Then when we get out of here, I'll see if I can get you into a match. But just so you know, I won't come with you.
Well...
Well, that's enough. If I talk any more, I'll start to remember things best forgotten.
Oh.
What am I saying? It's not like me to get so emotional.
See ya.
Anyway, see ya. What a guy. I watched Ryoma walk away, dejected, and return to my room. I still have some time. Well, let's go talk to Ryoma again. Alright then. Round 2 or 3, technically. No way you came to invite me. You probably won't have fun, you know. Oh, come on. If you're fine with that, then I won't stop you. I spent time with Ryoma. We grew a little closer. Let's give you a present. I'm sure we have something you'll like. But I think I might need to go to the Mono machine some point soon. Have we got any more sporty things? Maybe you'd like this, the sandbag? Doesn't seem like a punchy kind of guy, though. I don't know. Maybe the hand grips? Ah, surely he'll like this. He's always smoking that cigarette thing that I'm sure is not actually a cigarette. Let's give him this. This has got to work, right? Huh. Not bad at all. What is that? Like, is it paper? I don't know. Sometimes, even I want to feel happy, so I'll accept this. Thanks. Hey, Shuichi. I'm not going to talk about tennis anymore. What? Why? What happened? Huh. I know what you're up to. You just want me to play tennis again. I thought so. Listen up. I'm no longer the ultimate tennis pro. That's just the shell of who I used to be. I threw away my past.
But
Did you really, Ryoma?
What?
hey,
I don't think it's so easy to throw away the burdens we carry. It's hard to see what you're carrying on your back. Even if you wanted to throw it all away, I'm sure some is still there, clinging to you. Something you can't quite get rid of, like a coffee stain on your shirt. Huh, a coffee stain? What kind of example is that? Yeah, Shuichi, you were saying something real profound and then you went with the coffee analogy? Can't say that worked.
no.
Ah, well, my uncle used to say that all the time. He taught me that detectives should always look for the stain on people. That's how you find the truth. That's how my uncle did it anyway. Huh. So that's something you got from your uncle? Well, I guess it works after all. I bet your uncle's a good detective.
I knew it.
It's something you're still carrying. Is it No, it's not tennis. It's something that should never happen in tennis. But I gathered my resolve and did it.
That's
Resolve? What do you mean by that? Nothing. We were talking about coffee stains on my back, though, right? Sorry, but I got nothing back there. If there was one regret I was carrying around, it'd be her.
Huh?
Who?
Yeah.
There was someone I promised my future to.
Huh?
You mean like a lover? Is it that surprising that I had a lover? I'm used to that reaction. But you said had. Past tense?
Yeah.
I met her in America when I was studying tennis abroad. At the time, I didn't believe in love. I thought it was just a joke. Honestly, I don't know how we fell in love, but she's not a part of this world anymore.
No.
So she...
Yeah.
Yeah, she died.
Why?
I'm sorry, how did she die? I decided to throw everything away. It didn't matter if we loved each other. She was so important to you that you wanted a future together, so why?
Don't you
She-
get it?
Would have been unhappy being with me. No, not just her. Anyone.
What?
That's why you shouldn't bother with me anymore. Got it? Ryoma?
See ya.
Man, this guy... I really like him, but he's... Oh, he's so sad. I want to give him a hug. I watched Ryoma walk away stubbornly and return to my room. Well, time to bust out the Monomersion C and talk to him for a third time. A fourth time, technically. What's up? Looks like you got something to say. If you got complaints about me, I'll sit quiet and listen to them. But it's too late to change my ways now. Well, the candy cigarette worked out well, so I think we're just gonna keep using that. That should get us through to the end. Huh, not bad at all. Hey, Shuichi, you know what I'm gonna say, right? I could venture a guess. You don't want me talking to you. Exactly, like I said before, don't bother with me. But that's not an order, is it? Huh, true. I've got no right ordering you around. So what business do you have with a guy who'd throw away his own lover? I just can't imagine that you would do something heartless, Ryoma. You must have had your reasons. Something to do with the Mafia? So why did you do it, Ryoma? You really want to hear about it? Ooh. Well, I mean, let's give him the choice.
No.
You don't have to answer if you don't want to. You say that, but it's written all over your face you want to hear it.
But
And it's written on your face that you're desperate to tell someone. Well played. It seems you got some spine after all. In that case, I'll make you listen. If you regret it later, that's on you. It started with an invitation. It was to an underground tennis competition held on a Mafia-owned luxury liner. An underground tennis competition?
In other words,
They were gambling on the matches. It was a vulgar hobby of the rich. I didn't want to get involved with it, but they wouldn't let up. I thought I'd teach them a lesson by showing up and ruining things. Gambling on tennis. There's a niche for everything. They called it a tournament, but it was a bunch of fixed matches. I didn't like that, so I pretended to go along with their plan. And then, at the last second, I crushed the opponent I was meant to lose against. What? But if your opponent was with the Mafia, that would mean... Yeah, mafiosos get really upset when their reputation is ruined. Back then, I was naive. Too naive. It never crossed my mind that they massacre my family for revenge. Jeez!
no.
Massacre!
yeah,
My lover was safe, but I didn't know when they'd get to her. That's why I had her run somewhere far away. But it was no use. They found her and killed her anyway. I was the only one who escaped the Mafia, and even then, just barely. I don't believe it! I shouldn't have let her go. I should have kept her by my side and protected her. If I'd done that, then at least she wouldn't have been alone.
well,
You know what happened after that, right?
That's...
You massacred them. For revenge.
yeah,
And that's why I was thrown in prison. This is more than I'd ever have expected from Ryoma.
jeez.
See? You shouldn't have asked. I'm just a helpless fool. What a guy. Unable to think of a response, I watched Ryoma walk away and return to my room. This is really what I wanted from free time events. I gotta say I was a little disappointed with Tenko's, but Ryoma's have been really good. Maybe it's because Tenko got so much development in the main story of the game that her free time events felt a little underwhelming. And Ryoma wasn't around for long, so they had to maybe put more effort into his. But his have been really solid so far. I'm really enjoying them. Anyway, I'm gonna do the slot machines. Let's see how much money I can make. Well, I managed to lose money again. I'm just gonna keep funding my monomergency habit, and that's all. Right then, so we should have one more free time event with Ryoma left. Okay. This worked before, I'm sure it'll work again.
You're
What on earth are you thinking? You know full well you shouldn't bother with me, so why are you still here? I've been told not to get involved countless times before, but I don't intend on throwing our relationship away, Ryoma, and I won't let you either.
Because...
You knew the consequences but stuck to your feelings anyway. I respect that. I don't want someone I respect to tell me they have nothing. That's why I want to stay by your side. As your classmate and as your friend. Ryoma? Jeez. So this is what it's like to be at a loss for words. You're a bigger idiot than me.
do what you want,
But I don't dislike that about you.
Then...
Ryoma.
please.
Shuichi, you got a minute? Let's go to my research lab. First, go ahead and take these. A tennis ball and racket?
What?
I don't know if you played tennis before, but you can hit the ball, right?
That's true.
I think I can.
It's decided.
Then I'm gonna check your resolve. Ready? Aim for me with the ball.
Huh?
Aim for you?
Your
Try hitting me with it. Right in the face if you can.
Huh?
You want me to do what? Hit you? Are you serious?
what?
I said I was gonna test your resolve, right? So show me. I don't want to hit a ball in his face. I can't do that.
Wait.
I can't do that. It's dangerous. You can't become that big of an idiot. Well, too bad. Come on, join me in my stupidity. This is the only way I can test your resolve.
Okay.
Alright, I suppose, if that's what you want, Ryoma. Ryoma stood on the other side of the net, tennis racket gripped lightly in his hand. Imitating the pros to the best of my ability, I threw up the ball and swung. My racket connected and the ball flew towards Ryoma faster than I expected. Huh.
Ah.
Ryoma? That was a good serve. I could feel how serious you are.
It's not over yet.
But you still got a ways to go.
Huh?
What? I stood frozen in fear. The ball grazed by my cheek so close I could feel the fibers.
Wait.
Wait a minute, you're gonna hit it back at me? I never said I wouldn't. Don't worry, I won't hit any vital parts. He's got his game face on, what am I supposed to do? Our fierce battle began. Over the course of the match, I realized why Ryoma would test me like this. Because that's just the Ryoma way. Because during that game, we were both having fun, goofing off, messing around. I don't know how much time passed. After every drop of our energy was spent, we both collapsed on the court, panting.
Hey,
Hey, Shuichi. Even if we get out of here, I'll still be in prison, but if I ever get out, I'm gonna go and pick up everything I threw away. It's too late for a lot of things, but if I can still reach some.
I'd like to bear those stains again. Just like how I'm bearing you on my back right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Ryoma hasn't lost his passion for tennis. I'm so glad that I could help him face that side of himself. That's what this was all about, right? I helped him find the fun of the game again because of our bond as friends. As long as we have that bond, no opponent will ever beat us. Man, I really like Ryoma a lot. I'm glad I got to do these free time events because he just kind of jumped way up my ranking of the characters in this game. Ryoma and I spent what felt like hours on that court, laughing and talking about nothing. Well, we have finished Ryoma's free time events now, and that leaves us with 9 more. I don't know who to do next, but we'll have to decide in the next part. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.